Hey, welcome back everybody. So sorry for the sweat, but it is 90 something degrees here in sunny South Florida. And today we're going to be putting an axle back exhaust on the IS. It's from Megan Racing. It's pretty sweet. Went to a 4-inch tip. Think the stock is 3 1/4. So it's going to be a little bit bigger, a little beefier, and hopefully it just gives it a really nice sound. It's not going to do much for horsepower, but I'm hoping that we just get some nice increased sound, a little bit throatier, a little bit more sporty. So yeah, here's the exhaust. Megan Racing exhaust. Comes with a complete kit. They even give you some new bolts that you get your gasket and your washers. Not sure if I'm going to be using the new bolts. We'll see how the old bolts go, and if they work well, then we're good to go. Again, there's your 4-inch tip. Little baffle in there, so we'll see how that sounds. Apparently you can take it out by these little screws right here. Not sure, but we'll put it in there and see how it looks. We've got all the mounting bars with the posts on there, and everything matches up exactly to the factory car. So see if we can't get up underneath here, show it to you. So that's where it mounts, axle back, right to the back of the mid pipe, and you can see that grommet kind of right there, center screen. That's where that rubber damper, vibration damper goes. And then let's get to the back of the car and I'll show you. So like I said, about 3 1/4 inch factory exhaust tips. And if we go up underneath here, so that's where it will bolt on. It comes back, T's out, or Y's out. Now the new one actually bolts 2-piece part. So you can see the factory was 1 piece, but the new one goes to 2. Y's out to 2. Then we come back to the muffler. If you look up here, it's kind of hard to see, but there is another damper right there. You can kind of see it. And then there's another one way up in there. And then on this side, we've got one. Geez, it's really difficult to see, but we've got one right there. And then there's another one over here. Again, it's very difficult to see it. It's right there behind the pipe. So yeah, so we'll come out from here, connect it on there. So those factory bolts don't look too bad. I mean, surprisingly, the underside of this car is really clean. It's been garage kept, so no surprise there. And we don't get snow or anything in Florida, just rain, which kind of helps wash everything. So yeah, and then there's the 2 dampeners for this side. So yeah, it should factory, it should just bolt right on, easy peasy, and be good to go. So we'll kind of walk you through it. All right, first we're gonna do a sound test. Start the car, let it idle for a second, rev it a couple times so you can hear the factory exhaust. So what I think I'm going to do first is unbolt this from the mid pipe, because I believe it's going to be easier to get the muffler out of the dampers. So we'll try this first, 9/16 bolt, and should be fairly easy. Oh. Okay, that's a little tight. That one's loose. Let's get the other side, which we're expecting this thing to break free again. So there we go. Doing it this way too, so the pipe just doesn't, fall on my head. All right, now the fun part, taking these dampers off, and then we can drop the pipe down and then work on the rear. So They are definitely going to be on there snug. So I'll tell you, the best thing to do is to get a pry bar or something and pop these off. All right, so I decided with a screwdriver instead. Okay. Well, that didn't quite work out because it fell anyway. So the backs are a lot more difficult. And besides, I've got this rear splitter on there, so I'm not going to be able to show you these, but the process is going to be the same. There are two on each side. So go ahead and pry those off. Just be careful the muffler doesn't fall on your head. Be safe. All right, so here is the gasket. This goes between this pipe, which is in the back of the car, the left side pipe. It connects to between here and where it connects to the main pipe that comes off the front mid pipe. And then you've got your gasket, the one I was showing you up underneath that we need to replace. We got to replace this guy. And those are the new bolts. They're pretty. If they fit and they work good, I'll pop them in, get rid of the old, in with the new, out with the old, in with the new. And so we'll kind of show you that process, getting up underneath it again and going through that. One thing I wanted to show you guys, you see in the stock pipe how that center is compressed? That restricts the airflow. So you don't get that louder, little throatier sound. Whereas in the new one, wide open pipe. It doesn't have any restriction, so it flows right through. All right, so we're back at the pipe, and this is the gasket we got to take out of here. It's probably sealed in there really, really good, so you're gonna have to pry it out. Here's the new one, so nice and shiny, and you can see how they go in. See how it's curved right here? Well, the inside of the pipe is convex, it's curved in. So this has to rest right inside that, same as the factory. So this might be a pain, it might be easy. Like I said, the car's pretty clean. Oh, no, coming right out. Let's pop it right out. There we go. Simple, super simple. So we got to put the new one on there. It's kind of rested up in there. Now, once we put the pipe on, it will actually compress better on there. Now it's just kind of loose fitting. But once you put the pipe on, it'll push this back in place and create that nice seal so you don't get any exhaust leaks. Hey guys, exhaust is on. And it came out pretty sweet. It's pretty good sized pipes. And if we go underneath, it get nice and shiny. Look at that. Nice and shiny. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't show you me bolting it up together. It needed two people. So it was kind of a pain. These bolts here, you get new ones with the exhaust, but the problem is there's compression springs on there, and those compression springs are so wide that it's difficult to push the bolt in and catch the thread. So I just used the ones that came with the factory exhaust. They weren't rusted or nothing, so they fit on real good. I also put a little bit of grease on the rubber bushings, the dampeners, to help them slide in a little bit better. And the reason being is these posts are actually a little wider on the aftermarket exhaust than the factory. So anyway, that's it. Let's start her up so you can hear the difference. All right, y'all, I'm done. It's hot. It's very, very hot. I think that only took me like not even 3 hours, 2.5 hours by myself. I did have my son help me just for a little bit for the first pipe to put on there. You kind of need two people to hold it up. So that's why I couldn't film that section. So I apologize for that, but you kind of get the basic idea. It's really the reverse of taking it off. So If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Please subscribe. I am going to be putting some more videos up about the IS with some of the new things we're going to be doing to it, new cold air intake, and then we'll probably go ahead and tune that. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.